So, taking yourself out on a date, appreciating yourself, appreciate the work week that you had. Man, going on bike rides, just do some of the simplest stuff. Even if you got a car now, and I've done this recently. Ever since you got a car now, you don't ride the bus. Just get on a bus and feel like it come from humble and beginners. Go talk to an old person at the park.
Yeah.
I find that to be more mental health because you'll be like you're far along in what you think.
Right.
You're real far along what you think.
Right.
I think we beat ourselves up. It's all mental warfare.
That's a fact. Because, bro, it's times where, because I'm on my journey with building my platform. And sometimes I do feel like, but I don't never put myself too much down because every day for me is growth, right? Every interview, every conversation, like it's actually stimulate for me having conversations, period. But when I talk to people who really, it come off like they just taking life for granted. They're not tapped into no talents, no gifts, no skills. They're not doing anything. They just comfortable waking up and just going with the motions. It kind of made me feel, okay, you're actually doing something. Give yourself more credit and be proud of what you're doing because most people don't even like, I have an idea of doing something other than just having a job or, just waking up, being out, going outside, hanging with the men or with their friends, getting drunk, getting high. You know what I mean? So nah, for sure. Talking to old people, riding the bus, getting on the train, going for walks, just sightseeing, seeing things, humbling, it take you back to your humble beginnings and then that'll re-spark that motivation. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. So one thing I want to get into too, right, is because I never really hear you talk about like really the cons or like the negatives of what come with prison. Like, a lot of people, they come home, they want to talk about the stabbings in jail, all the negative stuff that come with jail. I never really hear you talk about that much. Why do you think that is? Not why you don't talk about it. Two-part question. Why do you think they choose to only talk about that so much and why don't you?
That's clickbait. I think that's clickbait. I think when I look on the internet, that's all I see. That's all I see, and I think people are fascinated with prison.
Right.
It ain't hard to go. I can tell you that. So if you want to go, you that fascinated, you can go find out. But I think people are fascinated with it. I think we're motivated by more negativity than we are positivity, and they I don't want to say brainwash, but they force feed us.
Commercialize it
So much, and they don't see how the youth are looking at it, and it's cool. It's not cool to go to prison. You failed. You failed your family. You did like going to college and getting a degree. That's something you should be celebrated. Right. Coming home from prison because you killed somebody or you committed a crime.
Right.
Because we don't never look at it when your family get killed.
Right.
You crying rest in peace shirts, balloons.
Right. Grieving.
But the person who did it, you celebrate. That's an oxymoron. It don't make no sense to me. You see what I'm saying?
That goes back to that term you said earlier. I forgot what it was, but you're trying to sound sweet, but it's a bunch of nonsense.
A banal platitude. Yep. A banal platitude. Real word. It's so when I look at that, I be like, we celebrate that more than a dude getting his GED. Than a dude finishing trade school.
Yep.
Even them getting his license.
Yep.
Completing a drug program so he can keep his freedom.
Yep.
Stuff that's going a positive, that's going to add on to your life. Prison ain't adding on to your life.
Right.
Until you go in there and you prove to society and your family members that negative, you turn it into a positive.
Right.
So one reason why I never do it because I wasn't involved in where a guy was from, what he did when he was on the street.
Right.
Most of my time, you know what I did? I worked out, I played sports, I read books. Because it's only so many stories I want to hear about what you did.
Right.
Because I did the same thing. I don't need to read an urban novel because I am an urban novel.
Right.
And I think everybody, if you look at their discovery, it's an urban noble. So why I need to listen to somebody else to entertain? I do not. This is not. Prison wasn't a part where I wanted to be entertained.
Right.
I use it as college.
Right.
I told myself that what's different from me going to college, from me going to prison and the person being in college. The difference was the state provided free room and board and books if I went to the library.
Right. Right.
A person paid to go somewhere for room and board and the books. So I changed the narrative in my mind to say, look, I'm going to get books. I'm going to learn myself. Yeah. I'm going to learn who I am. I'm gonna learn what to do with my time, because you have to have time management in prison. I ain't chase the phone all day. I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to even want to talk to dudes.
Right.
Because when I was in the street, I didn't like dudes.
Right.
You had to prove to me you was real.
Right.
And prove me to real because you carry a gun and you do this. That's a costume.
Right.
How you dress and what that's a costume.
Right.
Like your character, you got to show me you real. You see what I'm saying? I got to see it. I got to prove it.
Yep.
But as I got older, I realized that was people's defense mechanism.
Yep.
So what I started to do was I started to talk to dudes because how I showed up.
Yep.
Like I walk around with the book I was reading all day. I purposely go in the rec hall and sit off in the corner and read. They'd come up, start a comment. What you reading now?
Yeah.
I heard you played the game all day. You was busting them yesterday. Yeah, you right. So this is what I'm doing, working out. But I'm building it. I'm building a relationship through other things. I'm not letting you feed me that rhetoric. You're not gonna come and feed me that rhetoric.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's things we gotta protect in our mental health as well. People coming with that, hey, look, Slim, I did this. Nah, you wrong.
Right.
You wrong, son. Do you know that'll cost you your life?
So let me say this, right? Because everything you're saying, it's not that people aren't capable of doing it, but they're afraid of what might come with that, right? So you being respected and having the experience in the background, people knowing what they know you for, you saying that it ain't gonna be frowned upon or challenged, I should say. It's gonna be like, okay, Ray's saying this, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, whether you disagree or not, you're gonna go about it a certain way versus somebody you don't respect saying and you try to curry him, right? So you doing that and being the example in real time is going to hit different than somebody that they don't respect or haven't know or don't know for going through what they went through, making that transition. It's like, okay, if he did what he did and he hit the same way I am and he can do this, why can't I? Right? And then you've been able to change your perspective, taking the negative and saying, you know what, instead of me looking at it like what it is, I'm gonna change my perspective to, you know what, this opportunity for me to, you know what I'm saying? Something so simple.
Yeah, something so simple.
And that's it's like, it sounds simple, but it take a certain mindset to be able to even fathom that thought. You know what I'm saying? So what was it for you? Because it's like, it sounds so cliche. It sounds like anybody could just do it, but we both know it's not that simple.
No, it is that simple though, right?
Right.
But your identity it all goes back to your perspective, because reality is not reality. Perspective is your reality. Because before you know something is real, you have a perspective on it.
Yep.
Reality is a fact.
Yep.
You don't know the fact. You going off your perception of something. So once I learned that, let me stop. Let me not judge. Let me go over it. Let me move some chess pieces to find out who this guy really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what the penitentiary do.
It kind of force your hand.
So out here, a lot of these, they you cried in there.
Yeah.
It was hungry at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Some of y'all stole.
Yep.
Stole commissary because your man wasn't sending you no money.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody answering no phones for you.
Yeah.
You wasn't sending no text messages over. So that we don't hear that part.
Right.
We don't hear that part because that's not glorified. We want to hear the gangster, the glorified. I knew, you know what I'm saying?
So,
and a lot of people that I knew from prison, I'm still that guy today.
Right.
And I told them on my last bit, right? Because when I was up Hagerstown, and I gotta get it to you. You know, dudes like, yeah, you from out? And I told my man, my cell buddy, I knew his brother from the streets. I said, man, I don't want to know them niggas. But he already knew that. I said, because they ain't on when I'm on.
Right.
I'm not trying to be clicked up because niggas from around the way. And like, I'm on a whole nother, like, this they first bit. This my third penitentiary bit.
Right.
This not play for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm 35, 30. If I don't get this together, I'm gonna be the nigga coming home. Yeah, when I was locked up in early 2000, shorty, you know what I used to do around here?
Yeah.
Man, don't nobody want to hear that.
Nah, for sure.
Only thing anybody want to hear is that the new drawers that keep re-releasing.
Right. Nah, that's
don't
law.
Nobody want to hear them recycle stories, man.
That's law.
I don't believe in that.
And that's another thing too. You just remind me of. You said a little earlier, like it's easier to go to jail than it is to get out. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for to get locked up, make a mistake. It's hard to get out. You can go in there for something simple, not even simple, but something that might just be in the heat of the moment, a little quick little flash might just be in your emotions.
No, simple. You know what I call simple? And people don't look like this. I understand why the black man got to carry the gun, because we got so much hate within each other. Because the white person ain't going to never do nothing to you. He going to do something to you, but you ain't going to need a gun for it.
Right.
It's going to be up here.
Right.
Right. But that's something so simple. We're going 5 years.
Yep.
It could cost you 5 years.
Yep.
Do you got 10,000 to fight that case?
Right.
7,500, maybe more now.
Right. Right. Right.
Brothers don't even got that in their pocket.
Right.
To fight for their freedom.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a mistake that you making off the break when you take it for 5 years away from your people. You're going to give you a nickel piece. You ain't going to do the whole 5. And Merle, going to do some, you know what I'm saying? In the city, you ain't going to do the whole 5. You're going to do damn near. But if we look at, it's 2026 as of tomorrow. 5 years ago, look how much changed in 5 years.
Right.
People don't look at that. See, I look at that because I done been in prison and came out and said,
right, what's going on?
So I looked at the world different. I see it change. I think we living so much right now, we don't see the change.
Right, we ain't really keeping up with it. We just going with
the motions.
Right.
Whatever they say do, we do.
Really since COVID too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what are some cons dude don't talk about? Like you said, not answering the phone, right? Like you said, you got to have chess piece. Everybody just come home and make it seem like they was just in their big macho running the show.
That shit stressful as a motherfucker, man. Hell no, that shit hurt.
Yeah.
That shit hurt. I'm here to tell you, man, that hurt, man. When that girl don't pick up that phone on Friday night, we know what Friday, like tonight, it's some dudes right now, over the jail, up Marlboro, out the feds, out Hagerstown, in the state.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
It might be in some prisons you got late night in the state, you know what I'm saying? Lower security levels. But guess what?
Yeah.
It's New Year's Eve.
Right.
Everybody outside.
Right. Right.
She may not be doing nothing, but in your mind, because you know what you was doing, or you know what the world is doing. Do you got some commissary tonight to make a hookup? Because everybody, they celebrating in the joint too. You may don't.
Right.
You may didn't get a visit.
Right.
For the holidays.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? This what they don't talk about. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that hurts.
I want to add something to that too. So my mother did 17 months, right? But when she did her 17 months, I was about 14, right? And up until that point, just always having my mother there. You know what I'm saying? She around. She's like, out of my mother and my father, she's like he had your stepmother, the angel. And then my father, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to paint him like he the devil, but like, he didn't have that intimacy with us, like sit down, have a conversation. It's like we do something wrong, it's ass whooping. Don't even teach us the lesson in it, just whoop us. And it's like he gone doing him. Then when my mother's locked up, it's like we just with him for the first time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so just the effect that it has on the child, you know what I'm saying? Especially at the age, I was a little older, so I dealt with it a little better. And then mind you, she just had my little sister. My little sister probably not even 1 yet. Yeah. And so just having to take up the responsibility so young, going from having my mother always there to now I got to help damn near raise my sister. If she gets sick, I'm not going to schools. I got to make sure she's straight. You know what I'm saying? My brother and sister, they out doing their thing, doing the summer. I'm in the house with my sister for the most part. My father working, they outside doing their thing. I'm in here with my, so it's a lot that comes with it. Depending on how, you know, how significant your role is to your family, that when you're not there no more, you got to think of who got to pick up your slack. And it's a lot with that. And so just for me, when I had to deal with that, it was like, I dealt with it though, you know what I'm saying? And you know, going to go see my mother driving 2 hours out West Virginia, them rides, then you get there, you can't even see her as long as you would like to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't want to leave.
Get in.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't deal with that.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't deal with that. We was kids, but you know, just, you know, and hers she was in a nice situation, so not to say it like that, but we was able to have a little field where we can go out back and, you know, get on swings and play and really touch her. And, you know what I'm saying? It was a good situation for us. We can be hands-on with her, but I know that's not everybody's situation. But then it's like, you know, when you leave, she got to stay here. And you know she don't want to be here. It's like, this mommy, you know what I'm saying? That shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Think about it now. Like, damn, put me back in that place. Like, that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's things niggas not thinking about when they out here just in the streets, just living. And even if you don't have no kids and you just a child, the pain you putting your parents through, your grandparents, because now they just worry about every day what you might be going through. Somebody taking advantage of you, or you know what I'm saying, what you picking up on while you in there. If you're gonna make the change when you get home, them gotta send you money, them gotta see you waiting by the phone, so if you call, they don't want to miss it. Like, it's so much, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot that come with that. And like me, my one time getting arrested, I was just turning 18. The week after I turned 18, literally. I know everybody say this, but I literally didn't have nothing to do with this situation.
That's when the system wants you.
So look, I'm living by Branch Avenue Station with my aunt, and we buy this little wreck in the neighborhood, and some guys break into the wreck. I see them do it. I'm outside when they do it.
Right.
But I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not with y'all, boom, boom, boom. So the girl that I'm with, she go put her phone in there. She put her phone in there, and she go upstairs with them. But me seeing them just breaking there, I got a little sense.
Right.
I'm like 17 at the time. No, I just turned 18. I'm tripping. I'm like, I'm not going up there with them.
Right.
This is a gated community. This ain't the trenches.
Correct.
I'm not going up there with them. I know what they just did. I don't want no parts. So as I'm after like 10, 15 minutes, I'm like, where the hell is she at? So I'm walking by the steps to go up there. She come around the corner. She's like, Marlon, go grab my phone out the jump. Right. So I go in there to go look for her phone. I'm taking my time. I'm talking about strofing. Yeah. Taking my time. And then I'm like, I don't see it. She's like, hurry up, the police right here. So she tell me where's that again. I run in there, grab it. I come out. They right there at the top of the steps with the light on me. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, nah, I just came to go grab her phone. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what they there for. I'm not going to play dumb. I'm like, I just came to grab her phone. Wait, bring her to this joint. We ain't got nothing to do with that. So they sit us on the steps. She getting smart with them. They find out I'm 18. They lock me up. But I'm only getting there for at least 12, 13 hours. They don't even put me in the cell. I'm just in the waiting room, the little holding area. Yeah. But I run into my man that I went to middle school with. And I ain't seen him since middle school. So I run into him. He coming in after a few hours I'm already in there. He telling me he looking at like 14 years for armed robbery. And me being in there up until that point, probably 5, 6 hours, and I'm just like, they gave us this dry as bologna sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Barely can use the phone. Yeah. Ain't nobody here I want to talk to. Yeah. I'm bored. Yeah. And I'm like, this is, just being in here is stressful. Yeah. And then him coming in and saying he looking at 14 years, I said I will never be back in here. And that's all I needed. You know what I'm saying? And so even moving forward, and that also come from them ass whoopers my father gave me. Yeah. Right? That's tied into why I didn't go up there with them. Because I'm like, I understand what consequences is. Yeah. Right? And that goes back to the foundation. Yeah. Right? So you need discipline, you need some structure. Because a lot of parents now, they want to be their kid's best friend because they don't want to hurt their feelings. Right. And it's like, no. You know what I'm saying? You got to teach them the difference between being a friend and being a teacher. And part of being a teacher is I got to discipline you. Right? It's like if you in business with somebody that you're working with, they're not going to allow you to do anything to compromise this business. They're going to hold you accountable. Correct. And that's part of being a good friend and a parent or a teacher, regardless. Just being a human being. Correct. Right? So, nah, for sure. I just wanted to get all that out there and just, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much with it, man.
Thank you for sharing, because that's very important.
Nah, for sure.
That's important, man. Prison ain't cool, man. Jail ain't cool, man. I could tell stories about it, but I don't even want to put that in the atmosphere with nobody, with the women, with the youth, with dudes who haven't been. You know what I'm saying? I want them to have a distaste in their mouth for prison, for crime. I want millionaires, thousandaires, dudes who buy buildings, dudes who taking trips, taking their family on trips, buying land, you know what I'm saying? Just so much more that we could talk about, or that our demographic, you know what I'm saying, the Mellison people can really be exposed to, and that's just what I'm on,
And that's another thing too, right? You being able to articulate yourself the way you do, right? A lot of people think dudes in the streets are just ignorant. Now you got some that are, but some of the most intelligent people you meet gonna come from the streets, right? Because part of being in the streets, if you serious about your business, you're gonna wanna stay educated. You're gonna wanna stay sharp. Like even knowing how to protect yourself, defend yourself. Like they say, moving militant, how you treat people. Because if you hustling, you in the streets, your clientele is the people.
But this came from, this militant part, I wanted to say this, I can't leave this out. This came from really my father. Okay. So my father, when he was in my life, my father used to always make me read and write. And learn how to save money. Right. And when I was in prison, I used to read the dictionary a lot. So, and that's how I learned how to articulate myself, because a lot of people use cuss words because their vernaculars, they don't have a vernacular. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to be in certain rooms. I already trained and told myself, I'm a $1 million nigga, a multi-million dollar nigga. But I can't act like a $25,000 nigga that sells drugs in the street in the rooms with them people. That's gonna show. Right. So I gotta learn how to code switch. Yep. I gotta learn how to, talk. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Right,
That's
not
the
for
most
sure.
that's the most dangerous thing you can have as an educated black man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
An
sir.
educated / intellectual black man.
Yeah.
That's the most dangerous thing.
And that's one thing too, is you come from a generation where they taught black people how to love themselves and love one another, but they took that away out of the schools, right? And just hearing you talk is still instilled in you, right? So what do you think, or where do you think, of course they don't teach it as much, so if you're not looking for it yourself or don't have nobody pointing at it to you, how important it is for us to love one another, what do you think this disconnect, or what do you think we can do? Because I know you work in the community, so part of what you do is that. But how do you think, just as a parent or as a friend, as an uncle or aunt, teachers that's in the school now, whether it's a curriculum or not, how we can kind of get that bridge back to empowering the black youth, to let them know, like, it's okay to love yourself, to love your neighbor, to be happy for your neighbor when they get something, or hold them accountable, and understand that this is a sign of love versus turn each other down so quick. Because it's harder to love somebody or pour into somebody than it is to just hate and destroy and hurt somebody. It's easier to do that. So what do you think it's going to take, or what advice can you give for us to be more comfortable and open to loving each other the way we should?
Knowing that's your brother and your sister. I don't care if they Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Circle 7, or even atheist. I don't care what they are. If they're a black person, love them. Love them. They say in the word, love covers a multitude of sins. And you know why through my opinion, what that mean? If you love on somebody, they'll feel bad about sinning against you.
Right. They're conscious.
That's conscious.
That's
all in us. That's in us. We ain't got it. We taught to do bad. We just, we come out the womb, we just babies. We a blank piece of paper. And we just, from 1 all the way up to whatever age you is, that's how much writing on your paper.
Learn behavior.
You see what I'm saying? So when you just like, man, I'm gonna just love the brother. He called me a bitch. My fault, soldier. That's what I call it. My fault, soldier. I apologize. My fault, soldier. I ain't even mean to do that, man. I'm so apologetic when you like, damn, man, that bitch ain't nigga still apologizing. Cause really what I'm doing is, you gotta make it home and I gotta make it home. Cause if you kill me, you go to jail and I'm dead.
Nobody wins.
2 people that can't, nobody wins.
Right.
And that's part of what they set us up for.
Right. I'm glad you said that too, because going back to earlier when you said we're geological slaves, where you from, your religion, your beliefs, family dynamic, all of these last names, all these different things, even when it comes to sexes, right? Age, right? None of that has anything to do with us loving each other, right? Because I believe in to each his own, right? And that's where ego comes in, and that entitlement, or you feel like because, or whatever the case may be. If you, like you said, we human first, right? And then, we're black, we're supposed to love each other. If you can look at the next person and understand, like, you can see yourself in them, right? Understand what comes with, like you said, the conflict, and what could come from showing love. And you just take the time to understand, like, nobody's going to do everything that you want them to do, how you want them to do it. Everybody has their own mind, their own train of thought. Everybody was raised different. Everybody had their own level of understanding. And if you can unconditionally love people and accept that they're going to do what they want. Now, that don't mean you have to coexist with everybody, but it's nothing for you to just, like you said, just be open to loving. Like, you might do something that I don't agree with, but that don't mean I gotta hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's a conversation.
And that's one thing.
Right.
We be taking one thing and then I don't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or one thing what I try not to do is hear something about somebody before I meet them.
Law.
And let their opinion be that about them. I always like the verbiage, I know of the dude, I don't know the dude.
Right.
That's a difference. I know of the dude. Meaning I know what they put in the paper or what they say about him, but I don't personally know him.
Build your own relationship.
That's a difference. And I'm gonna keep it somewhere and file what they said. But that's not how I'm about to operate with how I treat them, because that's a preconceived notion. And that's not what I'm in the business of doing, because that you block your blessing, you block yourself to get in certain doors. And he might did that to a dude because he might did some fuck shit.
You see what I'm saying?
You might not do no fuck shit.
That's law.
Dudes do fuck shit now.
Hey, bro, I've been having that conversation all week,
fuck
bro.
shit.
I've been having that conversation all week. I actually asked one of my managers at my job, and I was like, you know, I can feel such and such got some type of agenda against me, whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know what it is. I ain't even asking you what it is.
Right.
But I know it's something. I can feel, I can sense, because I know how I come into a room, how I am with people. I know what my intentions is at.
Right.
I don't rub people the wrong way. I give everybody the utmost respect. And even if you do something I don't agree with, I talk to you about it, let you know how I may perceive it or how I feel like you should go about it. And then we leave it there. It's not me antagonizing you, attacking you, trying to belittle you, but it's just me. I'm trying to help you, you know, whatever you did, maybe you don't know how that come across, so I want you to get better. But you got some people that may see that and feel some type of way because they don't have that same ability. So like even with you coming from where you come from, it's dudes that might not have the experience you had that's still stuck in that mindset you was before. And now they see the change that you make, and then they might look at you like, he faking. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really on that. He's just doing this for X, Y, and Z because they see what you're getting out of it. And they, you know what I'm saying? They'll take any little thing they can to try to discredit the work you done put in and the man you are that stand in front of them. And then you'll have somebody tell the next person, oh yeah, don't get around them because X, Y, and Z, not knowing, like you said.
It happens.
That preconceived notion came from whatever, which I had.
Right.
I don't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
So when I meet this brother or sister and we have our own relationship, if I don't get that from that person,
Right.
however you feel, that's on you. But you can't tell me how I should come across somebody, treat somebody based off how my relationship is with that person.
Not at all.
And then if you feel some type of way and you want to be weird about it, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's something I can't control. And that's another thing too. People be too eager trying to people please. Oh, because bruh, and I get it if it's like that's your blood brother and or your blood sister, and they saying, you know, that's different.
Man, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are because people are biased. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm biased on stuff.
Yep.
So I can admit that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm judgmental because my judgment gonna help me make a decision.
Right.
Sometimes my decision may be wrong, sometimes it may be right.
But you're gonna trust yourself.
But that's a judgment.
Right.
A decision is a judgment.
Right.
If we go back to the dictionary, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Yep.
But you know, man, with that, man, I just, you know, even, you know, I had a few people try to discredit. I don't even pay attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? It's better than what they said about me in them court documents.
Yep.
So I ain't even tripping.
Yep.
Oh, I ain't doing the work. Okay,
Yep.
okay. All right. The people pay me. I got documentation. I got to do it. I got to, you know, I got to show face for something.
Yep.
And I'm not doing it. You know, I'll be telling people, man, I don't really post everything I can do.
Yep.
Because through HIPAA law, I can't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I would, you know what I'm saying? But they see me on the streets, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna see me see me at the gas station. They're gonna see me at the store. Man, what's up, soldier?
Yeah.
I ain't scared of you with the face mask on. If you get me, you get me.
Yeah.
I ain't did nothing to you. You have it, son.
Right.
But that's why I cannot live amongst my people, man.
In fear, especially.
You know, I definitely ain't living them in fear. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Black people ain't killed Malcolm. The white people did. If you think about everybody who had it'd be black people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I know why though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more worried about the stuff that I can't see.
Right.
I can see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have all the material, but what I can't see,
Right.
the taxes,
Right.
the laws that's being made that's going, you know, they just changed the law for juveniles in D.C. to be tried at 14.
And they probably
We
don't
not
even know
talking about that on the internet. We still talking about prison. We need to be. I try to form Murray Youth, man. Right now they got a law that just will, as of tomorrow, January 1st, 2026. If you are 14 years old in the District of Columbia, they can charge you as an adult. That's somebody's baby, man. He not even understanding what he doing. So when y'all see these youngers out there in your hood, you the big homie, you the man around there, you the one they may look up to, a rapper. If you a rapper, man, tell them youngers, man, come on, man. That ain't what you want to do, man.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do, man. Them people will wash you up. You see all these dudes coming home now that you don't know about on the internet and talking about?
Yeah.
They will have you like that.
Right.
Coming home decades, years ago. You don't want to be like that, man.
Right.
That ain't where you want to go, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, I commend you for how you present yourself, how you articulate it, and, you know, just the way you go about it, right? Because I don't feel no sense of, like, pride in that. I feel more so, I get a sense of pride in more so you went through what you went through, you stood on 10 as you went through it, you changed your perspective in the midst of it, and you came out better at the end, right? And you're doing everything now in the show, you know, like, as a result of what you went through, this is what I'm on now, right? And it's greater things, you reaching back out to help people.